Hello, everyone. This is Miss Avahart. Today is Thursday, January 14th, 2021, and it is 7:19 p.m. This video will explain how to complete part 2 of your final exam. This video will explain how to complete part 2 of your final exam. Final exams are 5% of your quarter 2 final grade. Final exams are 5% of your final quarter 2 grade. Once again, final exams are 5% of your final grade for quarter 2. That means that depending on how you score or what you score on your final exams, it can either take your grade up one letter grade or it can take your grade down one letter grade. Potentially, it can take your grade up one letter grade or it can take your grade down one letter grade, depending on what you score on your final exams. So do not rush through the final exam. Take your time. Do not rush through the final exam. Take your time. You will have until January the 29th, 2021, which is a Friday, to turn in your final exam. And you are being given your final exam on Friday, January 15th, 2021. So it is no need to rush through your final exam. Your final exam in my class is your final exam in my class is 2 parts. And so this is part 2. So you're going to type your name, the date in which you complete this final exam or this part of your final exam, part 2, and the hour in which you have me. The title of this is Constructed Response Letter. It's going to be under writing, and this is final exam. This is your final exam, part 2. And when you look in Power School, if you look for this assignment, it's going to be entitled Constructed Response Letter, Final Exam, Part 2. It's under the category of writing, and it's worth 50 points. Here are the directions. You are going to complete a constructed response in the form of a letter. Your letter should have a total of 6 sentences, okay? A constructed response is just simply a written response to a question. That's what a constructed response is. It's a written response to a question, and when you respond to the question in a written format, you are to use textual evidence. You've been with me long enough to know what textual evidence is. Textual evidence means that you go back to the text that you are reading and find a line from the text to support your opinion. So a constructed response is just simply a written response to a question. It's usually in the form of a paragraph. It can be more than a paragraph, but it's usually in the form of a paragraph, and you must use textual evidence to support your opinion. And textual evidence is just you're just going back to the text, and you're finding examples from the text or lines from the text to support your opinion. So here's the writing prompt. Write a letter to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. explaining how his words in his I Have a Dream speech was powerful and impacted the world. Use I Have a Dream for your textual evidence. So you have to have the speech in front of you because you're going to need to go to the speech to find lines from the speech to prove how his speech was powerful and impacted the world. So once again, The writing prompt is asking you to prove how or to explain how Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech, how his words that he used to write that speech, how were his words that he used to write that speech powerful? And how did those words impact the world? And you must use lines from the speech to support your opinion. So, I'm telling you what to do. First, you're going to type today's date here. So whenever you complete this, you're going to type today's date or that day's date. Then, now this paragraph, look at the paragraph. It's been written. Most of the paragraph has been written for you. You are to just fill in the blanks. So right here, it says you're going to write the word your, or the word yours already here. And it says right here, where it's underlined, I'm telling you what to type right here. So you're going to type the writing prompt here, starting with the word words, So in this blank right here, I'm telling you what to type. You're going to type the writing prompt here, starting with the word words. So you go back to the writing prompt, and this is what this sentence would say. Your I'm glad I'm going through this with you, because that does not make sense. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that. So you're going to say, type the writing prompt here, starting with the word. Okay, so let me change it. Your words. This should say word. Okay. So in this blank, where you see it underlined, I'm telling you what to type right here. So it says, type the writing prompt here, starting with the word word. So I will go back to the writing prompt, and in this space right here, I would delete all of this, and I would say your words, and I have to start right here, the word were powerful and impacted the world. That's all you have to write. Okay. And then to begin with, in paragraph blank, so you need to go to your book. If you have not been paying attention in your book, in your textbook, all the paragraphs are numbered. So wherever you decide to pull a line from, you need to write the number of that paragraph right here. So to begin with, in paragraph blank, so write the number of or type the number of the paragraph here of I have a dream you wrote, and then type the actual words from the speech here that you're going to use in this letter. Type it exactly as you see it in his speech. Okay? And then put the page number where you found that line from the speech. And then all of this proves that your words were powerful and impacted the world because, and then you give a reason here. Next, the evidence I use to support that your words in your I Have a Dream speech were powerful and impacted the world is, find another line, a different line, find a different line, find a different line, different from the one you put right here, find a different line. Another line that you believe is powerful. Find another sentence from his speech that you think is powerful and type it here. that sentence must be different than the sentence you typed right here. You're looking for two different sentences from the I have a dream speech that you think are powerful and impacted the world. They are two different sentences. You're going to type one here, and then right here, you're going to explain why you think this sentence is powerful. And then you're going to find a different sentence here. Put the page number where you found this sentence. Put the page number here, and you're going to give a reason why you think the sentence you put right here was powerful and impacted the world. So the reason I believe these words were powerful and impactful is, and then give a reason. Let me see, why is this showing up? Okay, I don't want to change that. So remember, I need two different sentences. You need to find two different sentences from his I have a dream speech that you think are powerful and impacted the world. You're going to put the first sentence here. Tell me what page number I can find that sentence on. And then you're going to explain why do you think that sentence was powerful. Then here's the next one. Find a different sentence, a completely new sentence, and type it here. Tell me the page number where I can find this sentence on. And this is the sentence you chose because you think it's powerful and it impacted the world. You're going to type it right here and put the page number of where I can find it right here. And then give me the reason why you think the sentence that you typed right here is powerful and impactful. Then the last sentence is you're going to type a transition word to say you are ending. So go to Google and find transition words to say that you are ending. And then you're going to retype the first sentence of this letter here. And that first sentence is this right here. This is the first sentence. So I gave you an example. I actually did this assignment. Do not copy my example. If you copy my example, you're going to redo it. So this is just an example. Make sure when you end the letter, you always end it with sincerely and then type your name right here. So I'm going to show you what this paragraph looks like once you fill in all of the blanks. This is my example. Do not copy my example. You are to write your own. You are to find your own sentences in the speech. You find your own sentences. Do not use my sentences in my example. So here it is. Teacher sample. Do not plagiarize. Plagiarize is means to copy. You will receive a 0 if you plagiarize. Okay, so when I did this, the date was November 23rd, 2020. So, dear Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., your words, and I'm going to do it just like I told you to do it. So it should look like this. Your words were powerful and impacted the world. Because I told you to go back to the writing prompt and write starting with the word word. Type. And that's what I did. Your words were powerful and it impacted the world. So this is what your first sentence looks like. It's no reason why you should get the first sentence wrong because everybody's first sentence will be the same. Your words were powerful and impacted the world. In this paragraph, you're going to prove to me how Dr. King's words in his I Have a Dream speech were powerful and impacted the world. All right. To begin with, in paragraph 5 of I Have a Dream, you wrote, and so we've come to cash this check, a check that will give us upon demand the riches of freedom and the security of justice. So I put the page number where you can find this sentence. All of this proves that your words were powerful and impacted the world because you put racist, white America on notice that it was not optional, but mandatory that they reimburse Black people justice and freedom for their mistreatment of them. So I explained why I thought this sentence right here was powerful. All right, so now I need another sentence, a completely different sentence. So we're right here. Next, the evidence I used to support that your words in your I Have a Dream speech was powerful. Let's change that. Were powerful and impacted the world is, I found a completely different sentence. This is the second sentence I chose that I thought was powerful and impacted the world. So next, the evidence I used to support that your words in your I Have a Dream speech were powerful and impacted the world is, we can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. Here's the page number right here. I put the page number where you can find this sentence in his speech. These page numbers come from the book. Okay, so the reason I believe these words were powerful and impacted the world is because it let racist white America know that Blacks were not going to back down or get tired of speaking up and taking action against the horrendous crimes inflicted upon them. So this is my reason why I thought that sentence was powerful. Okay, and then I'm ending my letter. Remember I told you how do you end the letter? I told you, you go find a transition word to show that you are ending, and then you just rewrite the first sentence of the letter. So everybody will have the same first sentence and the same last sentence. So you just might have a different transition word. This transition word says that I am ending. You find your own transition word to show that you are ending this letter. You're done telling Dr. King what words in his speech, I Have a Dream, were powerful and impacted the world. So find a transition word to say that you're ending, type it, and then just rewrite the first sentence of the letter. Lastly, your words were powerful and impacted the world. Sincerely, here's my name, and I'm done. This is my example. I'm showing you how to do it down here, and then you have to do it up here. I will know if you didn't watch the video. You all think that I don't know that you're not watching the videos, but I know when you're not watching the videos of me explaining how to complete the assignment. So I just explained the assignment. I showed you my example. This is my example. I just showed it to you and explained it to you. Now it's your turn to do it on your own. Remember, do not. So here's my example. And I went through sentence by sentence. And then this is the one that you have to do. Right here. This is what you have to do. Remember, this is part 2 of your final exam. It is worth 5% of your final grade for quarter 2, which means that your grade potentially can either go up 1 whole letter grade or it can go down 1 whole letter grade. And this is worth 50 points. And you have until Friday, January 29th, 2021 to submit this letter. And you will be assigned this letter on Friday, January 15th, 2021. Please do not rush through this. Please do not rush through this. Please do not rush through this. Please do not copy my example. Please do not copy my example. Please do not copy my example. Write your own paragraph. Actually, the paragraph is already written for you. You are just to fill in the blanks. If you get stuck, go and look at my example to help you, but do not copy my example. And you are to find two different sentences. You are not to use the same sentence twice. You are to find two different sentences that you think are powerful and impacted the world. So I repeated myself several times, and I will know if you didn't watch the video, if you use the same sentence, if you copy my example, I'm going to know that you didn't watch the video, and I'm going to private chat you and say you didn't watch my video. Do it again. All right, remember, do not rush through this. You have about 2 weeks to get this. Yeah, you'll have approximately 2 weeks to get this done. So please, do not rush through this assignment. This is your final exam, and then after this, you will be all done with semester 1 of your first semester of high school. All right, this is Miss Abrahart. I will talk to you on the next video.